What's up guys, my name is Liam and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Wallhack VA-005 glass pad. This is a very premium package and the performance of this glass pad is definitely on the faster end of the spectrum. So in this video I'm going to be breaking down how my experience has been with it so far. We'll be comparing it to some of the competition out there. And hopefully by the end of this video I'll be able to help you decide whether or not this could possibly be the perfect glass pad for you. So let's check it out. Now before we get started today, I did want to let you know that this was sent out to me. However, everything you'll be hearing in this video is going to be my own words and my own opinions. I'm a huge fan of the packaging of this glass pad. It comes in almost this kind of like Pelican style hard case to it. It's got these little clamps over here that you undo, and then once you do that, you just simply remove the top piece, and then the glass pad I've already taken out, but there's also an envelope down here at the bottom, so let's check that out. So here's a look at what is included inside. It does come with this additional documentation, also a cleaning cloth. This does feel very thick and premium. Some additional stickers, and it does come with this envelope. So really cool that they do include two different sets of skates. We'll go ahead and open this up. They also did send out some more of these skates for me. I've been testing them out. They do feel fantastic. And just to kind of break down the difference performance of the PTFE skates and these UHMW PE skates, honestly, they just really describe it perfectly right here. The PTFE skates, they do feel just a little bit quicker to me. However, they are said to have a little bit less durability. I haven't had these long enough to test that out. However, my experience with using PTFE skates in the past is they can wear out pretty quickly. But these other dot skates here, the UHMW PE skates, they do feel like they're a little bit more controlled, but they do have a very smooth and just silent glide to them. So honestly, I've been really liking them a lot if you're somebody that is looking to gain some additional control and stability while gaming on a glass pad. So currently this is going to be coming available in two different colorways. You will have a black colorway and a white colorway. I will say that with this black colorway, that just putting my hands on it, it does kind of get dirty and be getting smudges on it from time to time. So I've been having to wipe this down quite a bit to keep it clean. But the dimensions of this are going to be coming in at 510 millimeters in width by 440 millimeters in height, and this is sitting at 3 millimeters in thickness. For the base, they're using this custom silicone backing, and everything about the grip and feeling of this base has felt great. They've done an excellent job with the edges on this, as they are nice and rounded, and when you pair that with the thinness of this only coming in at 3 millimeters, it has been very comfortable for me to use. And when it does come to the surface of this, as you're touching it with your skin or with your fingers, I would say that overall it does have a smoother feeling to the touch. However, I would say that you do notice just a slight amount of texture there. And it does appear that this is a common thing we're starting to see in some of these glass pads, because this micro texture on the surface does actually add some really good properties that you're going to be getting just out of the performance of this pad in general. When it does come to the dynamic glide on this, like I mentioned earlier, this is a very fast pad. Definitely up there is one of the fastest pads that I have tested for the dynamic glide. With the texture on the surface of this, however, even though this is very fast overall, you do get obviously a low sense of static and dynamic friction just all together. But the static on this, you do get a little additional sense of control, where it does give you some further precision the more weight that you add on top of your mouse or the more that you push into it. So like I always mention every time I review a glass pad, definitely going to be a much quicker and faster performance all around than a cloth pad if that's something that you're coming from. But all around for a glass pad out there, I don't feel like the surface does feel too slippery for me, where it still does offer a pretty good sense of control, especially considering the fact just how fast this dynamic glide is. So let's go ahead and we will drop into some of the comparisons. All right, and starting out, we will be comparing it to the SP-004, their previous pad. I never got a chance to do a full review of the SP-004 on my channel. I did get them to send me out a fresh copy, so I've been testing this out and using it quite a bit, and the performance on it does feel really great. But to be completely honest with you, just going back and forth between both of these, even though I really do like this SP-004 a lot, I do kind of feel like, in my opinion, that the VA-005 is just an all-around a little bit more improved version of this SP-004. The VA-005 does sit a little bit more thin, and it does have more rounded edges. Also, the performance between both of these, I do feel like the VA-005 is coming across as being just a little bit quicker to me. than the SP-004. When it does come to this static friction, honestly, I'm kind of going back and forth on these. I think it kind of just really depends on the types of skates that I've been using. The static friction is pretty close on both these, where I feel like I can get a pretty decent sense. So really it can go either way, but all around the VA-005 just feeling a little bit quicker to me. So let's go ahead and we will drop a glide test comparison between both of them. All right, and to end things off, I'm going to drop just a couple of different glide test comparisons versus some of the other recent glass pad releases that I have recently reviewed over here on my YouTube channel. All right, guys, so that about wraps things up on the Wallhack VA-005 glass pad. There's been so many different glass pad releases coming out in recent times. I do like these ones that do have a little bit more of a micro texture though. Again, this is definitely on the higher end of the speed spectrum. Very fast out there compared to just about everything else out there. So if you're looking for one of the faster examples out there with something that doesn't feel too slippery, I actually really like how this does give you a really decent sense of control in the micro corrections, especially the more weight you put on top of your mouse. But just the entirety of this package coming out from Wallhack, everything about the feeling of the surface, the edges, the packaging this comes with, very premium, and I've really been enjoying this release from Wallhack a lot. And I can absolutely recommend, if you are a glass pad fan, going and checking this out. And like I said, even if you are somebody who's using the SP-004, I do prefer this one just a little bit more over that pad. So really solid stuff coming out from them, and I'm excited to bring you guys the review of the controlled version once that does drop. But if you guys feel like I left anything out or have any additional questions, please let me know in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed watching this video and are interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, please drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.